Hello, everyone, here. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 on Hutan Pantai. Since last episode, been busy doing some field work here. Also finished sleeping through the winter here as well. We did actually end up with a little bit of snow on the ground here. Really not enough to really do anything with. Like probably one minuscule layer here. Again, this Southeast Asia based map here, as far as I understand it. So I don't know, Southeast Asia probably doesn't get a whole lot of snow, right? So yeah, kind of slept through winter, but not a whole lot else going on here. Looks like our canola is growing quite nicely. I see one little weed. I think that's the only one, right? One little weed I missed there when I was spraying. Oh, one little weed's not going to hurt it none, I guess. For those who wonder, by the way, too, and I forget if we did this here last episode or not, but while I was skipping time, obviously our other canola field has weeds on it. I have tried a few other things to see if I can remove those weeds. Looks like you do indeed have to spray them. I'm like, that's really the only option here at this point, is I would have to spray those weeds. But we don't own a sprayer here at the moment, so it's kind of out of the question here, I figure. So anyway, this episode we're going to start working on some more planting here. We are into the month of March. We can now start planting here. If we go to our calendar, oats, sunflowers, and yeah, there's some other stuff we can plant too. But I figured probably oats. Might do some sun. Actually, I don't know if we can do some sunflowers here. Look up the weight on that tractor. A little close here. But yeah, I figure we'll at least maybe plant a few oats. Have one. Just kind of mix up what crops we're planting here. We do have soybeans that need to be sold here as well, but that needs to be in the month of July, so that will still be coming here yet. Also want to get some more rice planted here as well. You might notice I started, actually looks like the field's actually flooding quite nicely from here. Started flooding this field here. I wasn't sure how long that would take. It's definitely not an instant process. It takes, I'm betting, and actually once we're closer, it actually doesn't look like it's actually flooded anymore, does it? From a distance, it looks more flooded than what it is over here. Okay, so it's still working on it yet then. That's kind of annoying now, because if you go back here, if I zoom out a little bit more here, I don't know if I can zoom out. Yeah, there we go. Actually, can zoom out far enough. It actually looks like the field's flooded, right? Yeah, but looks like once you actually get up close, it's actually not as flooded as it looks like it is. Oh, well, it is still flooding, though, I guess. I don't know how long this takes. I think it's been going for like a half hour here now, so apparently it takes a while. And if I remember correctly, I believe, and I should probably double-check this, I believe rice is planted in the water, right? I think that's how you do it, if I remember correctly, bud. So you got to flood the field, then plant it. Hopefully I got that the right way around. Hopefully it's not plant then flood or some such combination thereof. Anyway, oh good, we're actually full on seed already. Perfect. Well, let's just switch you over to oats. Again, wouldn't mind trying like some peas or something like that, but $500,000 harvester there, just I don't think we can justify that cost here at this point. So hopefully sometime down the road, I won't mind, like I said, trying some of those crops here, but until we can afford it, probably not worth it, and I definitely don't think it's worth it to lease it. So again, leasing cost on a $500,000 piece of machinery is not cheap either. And actually, I think it's more than $500,000. It's what, $550,000, I think, right? So not cheap by any means. Oh wow, it is foggy down here. Wasn't this foggy here a minute ago? Was it? We were just down here. I'm like, this is the field we were bringing the cultivator from here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we should be good. I'm not seeing my lines. Where's the lines? I just turned steering assist on it. Oh, yeah, okay. I got to, there we go. Okay, set the oats, lower down. Let's start planting. So yeah, at least this episode, we're probably going to be busy planting here. Probably should have checked this here, because this planter does not put down fertilizer, does it? No. Where are we at fertilizer on this field here? Let's turn off the mulching. Is it not mulching? What, oh, okay, so that's not mulching. What is on here, then? How come? No, that should be mulch on here, right? Oh, there it goes. Okay, I don't know why I didn't turn off the first time. No fertilizer on this field. Okay, probably my bad. I probably should have put fertilizer down on this field first, but oh well. We'll still get it. Again, as a reminder here, if you're maybe a little bit newer to this game, Evan, you cannot put 2 applications of fertilizer down at once. You need to have something in between your fertilizer applications, and that something can be almost anything, including plantings. So what I could have done, everyone, is I could have put down the fertilizer, planted, and then fertilized again. Unless things have changed, but they haven't, to my knowledge, on that. That's still, to my knowledge, like I said, functions the same way there. Gotta say again, I'm still digging the GPS here yet. That might possibly be one of my favorite new features in the game. Although the buildable part of it, which we have obviously not gotten into here yet on our videos, Evan. I don't know. I think GPS will still be definitely the favorite, but that might be like approaching second. Well, approaching might be actually be second, maybe. I mean, as far as the rest of the game goes, I mean, I don't know that there's anything else like really special. I mean, we got the hired worker, I suppose. Ooh, jackknifing. Careful. Trying to flip the planner over here. Great Plains. What is actually the model number on this planner here? The Solid Stand 1500, huh? The Great Plains Solid Stand 1500. Well, that's, yeah, you want a solid stand when you're planting. Kind of a weird planter setup here, though. Looks like it has some sort of tillage coulters. I'm not entirely sure what that's supposed to be up front here. I wasn't probably particularly familiar with that type of setup here myself. Probably some sort of weird European configuration there. Although, some of that might exist here in America as well. Very, very uncommon to see, like, tillage and planters all combined in one. I'm assuming. I don't know if that's what that's actually doing or not. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, we're just going to back turn around here, I guess. Obviously, the seating portion of this is all in the back part of the seeder here. And again, like I said, this one just plants. Actually, I wonder one. There's not a fertilizer option for this planter, is there? Well, let's go do a little scavenging here a minute. I still think Giants should have put the shop in here, or like the own part of the shop in here. I don't know why they changed that. Not a good change in my opinion. Fertilizer. Oh, that actually goes what really? Fertilizer distribution unit. Yeah, I don't think so. But for those of you, and I'm not, again, particularly familiar with this exact model of planter oven, but if I had to guess, going back to this planter oven, that is not fertilizer there. This up here might be, like, if they put fertilizer boxes up here, maybe that's what that's for. That would make sense to me. But this back here one is not for fertilizer. I think I can pretty much 100%, or maybe let's go with 99.99% guarantee that one. That I'm sure is for grasses. Ooh, and I better watch where I'm going here. Although, yeah, I think I was probably planning on putting oats in this field too. And I figured we're going to plant both fields down here in oats. So it's actually probably fine if I did actually go across that. Kind of is the plan per se, but. So yeah, not the end of the world if we get a little oats in that field right away. That field looks like I did actually put, is that one? Kind of tell. Is that the two? I think that's 2 applications of fertilizer, right? I'm trying to find one with like a light blue so I can compare. There, okay, I think that's 1 application of fertilizer there. So, okay, yep. We got 2 on that field already, so we can straight plant that field. Don't have to worry about it. That's kind of nice. It just means we'll have to come back to this field here because I don't think there's anything else I need to do that. Well, actually, you know what? I probably run the weeder across this field. So I don't know if that will count for something in between my fertilizer applications or not. I'm not sure. It probably would, Evan, if there are weeds on the field. But my plan is I'm going to see if I can do it before the weeds show up. That always used to work in Farming Simulator 22 Evan, so I'm going to see if it works here as well. Yes, I seen the GPS wanted to turn there, so I'm just saying, yeah, we'll just keep going straight here a little bit. Well, now here's a question I need to ask. Now that we're, about a week here into Farming Simulator 25, and this is going to be geared more at console players here, this question. So for any console players that might be watching, I'm not sure how many people watching actually play on the console that watch my channel. Obviously a PC player here, so. But for any console players that might be watching, how are you console players liking GPS? Because obviously with GPS now built into the game, Evan, this will be the first time that console players actually have access to GPS. And for that matter, actually a good hired worker here too. Previously to this, Evan, consoles didn't have access to things like course play. Not really only course play. Course play is really the only one that did field work. The new hired worker, very similar, I'm going to say, to the hired worker here in the game. Obviously, a few differences, but the hired worker now possesses very course play-like features, shall we put it that way. So yeah, at least for you console players, you now have access to GPS and essentially, we'll just call it course play for fields, for hired workers, right? So I'm very curious for console players that might be watching. What are your thoughts on that? Again, as I've kind of said before, if I was to play on PC versus console, GPS, that would be kind of the big deal breaker for me right there. Once you start playing with GPS, Evan, it's yeah, there's just no going back in my opinion. I'm sure some of you folks watching probably feel differently. That's completely fine, but at least for myself, Evan, like GPS, GPS is where it's at. So this game is barely playable in my opinion without GPS. And at least on the PC side of things, as we've said before, there were multiple options for GPS-like mods. The main one, obviously, I always used in previous versions. That one was guidance steering. There was also, what else was there? I think Enhanced Vehicle had one, as well as, I'm trying to remember the name of that mod again that I never particularly liked. Is the one that had all the vehicle control. Actually, vehicle control add-on. There we go. Nope. Why did we turn off? That's a good question. I'm not sure. I seen the tractor also rev up. I'm like, whoa, something happened. Yep, planner turned off. We'll turn that back on here. But yeah, vehicle control add-on or VCA mod kind of had sort of a GPS-like feature as well. And that actually wasn't a bad GPS one. Just the rest of the mod, no offense against the mod author, was definitely not one of my favorite mods, and definitely not a mod I recommended. Yeah, that mod, it just did a lot of things, and a lot of things I didn't particularly care for. Okay. Oh, you know what? We need to finish one little pass on this side of the field. I was going to say the headland's done, but nope. One little pass down here. I'm not going to make that turn. We're going to back up. Nope. Come on. Planter's really hard to back up. Is it just me, Evan? Like, wow. Like, I was legitimately trying not to jackknife the planter that time. Like, come on, turn. No, nope, nope, nope. Don't do that. Probably, you know what I'm going to blame it on, Evan? I'm going to blame it on the silly European hitch that's on this tractor here. That's what I'm going to blame it on. Is it actually correct? I don't know. That's what we're going to blame it on, Evan. We're going to blame it on the European hitch. Let's see. I think we need to... Oh, well, actually, you know what? We can just start here again. That'll work. I realize this line continued over on this side here. I was going to get to the next line over there, obviously, but... Actually, quite a few lines. Okay, we'll fill in this little triangle of the field here first. So it actually might take us all episode to plant this. I was hoping this would be like half the episode. I would get on some other work here, but this might be taking us here. Like I said, the entire episode just to plant this field. Wow, does not feel like that big of a field, but also not that big of a planter too, I suppose, right? Anyway, just a reminder while we're going up and down the field here, if you haven't already bought Farming Simulator 25 and you'd like to have one, you can save 15% by using code RDAllen down below at gamesplanet.com. Again, that's code RDAllen at gamesplanet.com. Link and all that information, like I said, is down below. You can also buy it straight through Giants as well, link down below. All that stuff does help support the channel, so if you're looking to buy the game, hey, use the links down below. Very much appreciated. Also, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, don't forget to do that as well. If you like the video, give her the old thumbs up right there. Also very much appreciated. As I've said before, we are getting closer to that 100,000 subscriber. Getting closer and closer. Probably, I'm looking at the, the subscriber count, and I'm fairly certain we probably would have hit that number already. If it wasn't for the fact, well, for those we got in a little bit of trouble with YouTube here a couple of years ago. Something about spam, scam, and deceptive practices. That's what it was. For those you remember, YouTube, this is going on a few years ago, but I got in trouble with YouTube here for spam, scams, and deceptive practices on a video. Don't ask me why or what, but I have no clue to this day what was in that video that YouTube declared scam, spam, and deceptive practices. Not a clue. Which, for those of you who don't know, that's a violation. So what do they call that? Violation of something, and you get a channel strike as a result of that. So for those of you who know, that's what happened. Got a channel strike as a result of that. Now, that's long gone. That strike, I think, has dropped off. But I have noticed, everyone, ever since that happened, for those of you who obviously watch the channel, usually I would get a couple thousand views per video. Well, when that happened, everyone, my views went from a couple thousand to a couple hundred. And then also I went from getting, again, usually you get a couple thousand subscribers. Was it a month? Year? I forget how that went again. Yeah, I think it was, usually I'd average about 1,000 subscribers a month, everyone. As soon as that channel strike happened, I went from getting, again, I'd have to go back and look at the numbers for sure. And I don't know, it's been a while, so the numbers might not even be there anymore. They'd be older numbers, right? But I think we were averaging about 1,000 new subscribers a month on my channel. Not maybe, like some of the channels out there, but hey, respectable if you ask me. When that happened, when I went from getting 1,000 subscribers a month down to 0. So, yeah, I'm thinking when YouTube went from, doing whatever they do for channels to kind of, share them and support them, right? Obviously got the whole suggested thing. I think YouTube went from putting that there to, apparently I was no longer in the suggested channels, I'm guessing, and you kind of got, the terminology I believe that people like to use is shadow banned on YouTube. Because, yeah, lines up pretty good, Evan, again. And unfortunately, I, again, don't know what the scam, spam, and deceptive, or spam, scam, whatever order it goes in there again, Evan. YouTube deleted the video off my channel. And, yeah, unfortunately, I do keep some videos on, but I didn't have that one, unfortunately. So, what in that video YouTube thought was scam, spam, and deceptive practices, I have no clue. Wish I knew of one. Wish I knew. Because unfortunately, I don't think I would consider anything I do to be scam or deceptive practice here on the channel. I mean, we tell you folks not to buy, red equipment, so, okay, that might trigger that. That's more of a joke, so that should not trigger it. So I have no idea. No idea. Almost makes me wonder, and I'm thinking about this now too. I'm like, wonder if somebody reported the video as spam, scam, and deceptive practice, and YouTube, in their infinite wisdom, doesn't even bother checking. They're just like, okay, automatic ban, boom. Like, what? Because yeah, that's the whole frustrating thing about that. I'm like, I would love to know what I did wrong in that video, Evan. And obviously, it's quite, in my opinion, severely affected the channel here as well. Because again, like I said, we went from typically we get about a couple thousand views per video, and usually get a good 1,000 subscribers per month or so, give or take a little bit, you know. And obviously, those numbers dropped way off, and I mean way off ever since that happened. And again, shortly after that happened, my subscriber count, you know, addition went from again 1,000 a month down to 0. Like literally, I'm like no joke. I mean, it actually went to 0. Like no new subscribers for almost I think it was like 6 months after that. Now, obviously, that's starting to pick back up here again. But again, it's almost like having to start the channel fresh in some ways, if that makes sense, everyone. And obviously, for those of you who might be newer to the channel here, probably don't even realize that happened here a couple years ago. Just a reminder, too, by the way, if you'd like to join us in on our multiplayer servers, you can find our multiplayer server information down below in the description there. Again, anyone is welcome to join as long as you can play nicely, follow the rules. Did I see rain there? No, I do see rain in the forecast, though. I just thought I seen a drop of rain going down the side of the screen. Like, uh-oh. Wow, it is foggy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the light coming down through the fog does look good. Although, oh, I'm not seeing the darkness anymore like I was. The darkness here, was that last episode or episode before? That was a little weird. I'm like, I don't know about that one. Yeah, just turn around the other field here. It's not like we don't own it. Does this one go all the way across? We'll find out. So we get all the way across. How are we looking on the field here? We got a couple more minutes of this episode. Yeah, we're all, wow. Yeah, it's going to take me this entire episode to plant this field up, and I did not think it was going to take me this long. That just means off camera, I'll probably do a little bit more work on planting here. Again, I plan on putting 24 into oats. And then we got rice will obviously probably be on those 3 fields. That leaves us 28 yet. Wow, actually I thought I had more fields to plant than this, but no, we don't. No, there's one other field to plant. In fairness, Evan, there's not a whole lot we can plant. We only have the cedar here at the moment, so we're pretty much stuck with grains. No corn, no sunflowers. We should be able to do soybeans with this planter. I didn't double check that, but it should be able to typically. Although real life around where I live, Evan, most farmers just use their planter, their row crop planter for that. This particular style cedar or planter, whatever you want to call it, everyone, is usually referred to as an uncontrolled spill of seeds on the ground. So if you compare a cedar like this to a row crop planter, row crop planters tend to be precision planters, at least somewhat anyway, right? Some of the newer ones, obviously, a little bit more on the precision side than the older ones, but and the reason for that, corn benefits heavily from being precisely planted in multiple ways, by the way, not only spacing, but also depth. So corn heavily benefits from, again, precise row spacing and precise depth. You also got the width there too, I suppose, but I'm intending to get width with this style planter. You shouldn't end up with seed outside the row typically. Okay, is this the last pass? I think it actually might be. We actually might finish this before the end of the... there's... Okay, a little bit missing up in there. Hard to see with the fog. Hard to see with the texture, too. I'm like, this texture is not changing a whole lot, right? Okay, finish this last little pass here. Then I'm going to throw a hired worker on this tractor on field 24. I'm looking at that field now and debating, like, wait a minute, should I just maybe like plant something else? I don't know. Now here's the age-old question for everyone watching. What crop makes the most money in the game, everyone? What crop makes the most money? I don't know if anyone has done the data on that yet here for Farming Simulator 25 or not, but let's see, working with, yeah, that should all be good. Just hit the hired worker here. Oh, I think he's probably going to start with the center of the field, isn't he? Ah, that's fine. Okay. I want to grab our other tractor here. Oh, look at that. It's already on it. Perfect. Oh, I don't need lime, though. I want fertilizer. If I dump this off, I was hoping it would go on the other side. Oh, well. Hate this. I'll fill that up with fertilizer here. Ooh. Might need some more fertilizer. But yeah, if you folks happen to know what crop makes the most money here in Farming Simulator 25, let me know. Throw it down in the comments there. Curious to see what you folks think. If I recall correctly from Farming Simulator 22 here, I'm trying to remember exactly what it was here again. I know like olives and grapes were like one of the best if you count those. I never did a whole lot of olives and grapes, so we'll exclude those from the list here, but I know potatoes and sugar beets also did quite well. And then also wheat and barley, it did quite well as well, if I recall correctly. But in order for wheat and barley to do well, you had to sell the... That's not the right width. Not the right width at all. You had to sell the straw that went with it. Just not... That is not the right width. What the heck? Fertilizer, right? Yeah. That's the width for lime, I think. Really? It is not going to give me a... Now, wait a minute. I know I have done this before. This should work. I wonder if I disconnect, reconnect, maybe? I wonder if we found a little bit of a bug here. There we go. Okay. I wonder if that's a little bit of a bug. I mean, it looks like you have to disconnect or reconnect there. That's kind of annoying. Oh, is it on the wrong one? I thought I had it in steering assist. Ah, there we go. Back to steering assist. Okay. Much better. Maybe we'll actually have enough fertilizer to cover this field here then. Probably not. I'll probably have to get some more fertilizer. Okay, well, anyway, on that note, I think with that, we're going to wrap it up here for today's episode. So you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, Evan, thanks for watching. Until next time.